What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be doing yet another comparison review. This time of two beers from the new Trail Brewing Company, and they are out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and I have their Broken Heels and their Double Broken Heels. So their Broken Heels is what they are calling a Hazy IPA that comes in at 7% alcohol by volume and no IBUs listed. And their Double Broken Heels is what they're calling a Hazy Double IPA that comes in at 9.2% alcohol by volume and no IBUs listed in the time of review. I don't know how old either can is, but they were given to me by a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Justin. So huge thanks to him for both of these beers. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer haul video I did that contains all the goodies he hooked me up with, and he gave me an entire case of PA beers, 11 of which were from New Trail, and I'm reviewing two head-to-head today because why not? Anyway, I don't know how old these are because there are no canned-on dates. Now, Justin mentioned to me a lot of the beers have no canned-on dates, especially from New Trail that he gave me, but he did say the mix pack that he picked this up, the variety pack that these come in, he thinks they were quite fresh. So I'm hoping that these are no older than like a couple months old, maybe a little bit fresher. We will see. Now, why am I doing a comparison review of these two beers? Well, Broken Heels is pretty much like the flagship beer from New Trail, and Double Broken Heels is the double IPA of their flagship beer. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of do a side-by-side, see which one I enjoy more, see if the double is actually like, has a little bit more oomph to it. And I just thought it'd be fun. And I know these are, probably around the same age as well, so why not? So we're going to crack open to the Broken Heels. Now it says Citra and Mosaic hops they're using in both of them, says on the side of the can, and they have generic tasting notes. This one, lush citrus and rich pine. This is high aromatics, soft bitterness, while this one says notes of candied grapefruit and light tropicals with the high aromatics and soft bitterness. So very generic tasting notes. We'll see if, that's a thing. Okay. Ooh, so a little bit of a hiss there when I cracked up. You know what? I got the paper towels. I don't know why I'm shaking my hand. I got the paper towels. We'll use them if I need them. It's all over my hand. Yeah, I need them. So let's give it a pour here. This is the Broken Heels. Yeah, that looks like a hazy. I'm only going to pour probably about halfway in. I don't want to pour all of this because I want to do a Cuvee later. And I also want to drink these ones separately if I can, because if I don't like one as much as the other, then, I'm not wasting it doing the entire Cuvee between the two beers. Because I only, so to say, I thought, I'm having a lot of trouble opening cans lately, or so it seems. So something like that. And did I spill it everywhere? Of course I did. And that's why we got this. I'm just terrible with the pours lately. Little bit on the table here. Now, is that going to be about even? Probably maybe a little bit more here, something like that. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so we have both of these all ready to go. Okay. So first thing I notice between the two is this is a bit darker, and this is not. This has that like pale, hazy kind of golden orange color, while this is more of like that honey orange color I like to talk about. I don't know how well you can see these glasses, but I wanted to use these two because they're the same glass, but you can't see them as well, but at the bottom you should be able. So this is darker, this is lighter. This poured with more of a head. It could be just the way I poured. Let me see if I can swirl head back up on this, generate it. Yeah, they both have like this off-white, maybe eggshell white kind of look to them. Creamy, but soap sudsy to some degree. Very hazy, murky, turbid, the whole nine. So I would say these both look very similar, albeit this is just a bit darker. So let's get a nose on the Broken Heels. Yeah, that smells fucking awesome. So I'm getting, so they said candied, you know what they say on this one? Candied grapefruit light tropicals. That's what I'm actually getting on this, where that said, I think lush citrus and, or was it lush? Let's just see what they said. Lush citrus and rich pine. I'm getting, oh man, I did not, when I cracked one of these open, damn, shit went everywhere. I didn't even notice that. Wow, okay. Not that you care, but I don't want it to stain the tabletop. Just wipe it down. Anyway, yeah, so this has tons of candied citrus and stone fruit qualities. Candied lemon, lime, orange, Skittles, Starburst, Lifesavers, just generic, you could throw out any candy you want. It has that candied kind of citrus and stone fruit vibe. Yeah, getting a little bit like peach gummy rings. Maybe a touch of pineapple. They say rich pine. I'm getting like this nice floral kind of herbaceousness. Maybe a touch of pine, but man, that smells pretty good. That smells, honestly, damn good. It smells damn good. Let's get a nose on the double version. Okay, so very similar, honestly. Oh, hang on. Ooh, I'm getting like soft melon in this. So yeah, candied citrus. They said candied grapefruit. Candied citrus in this. You could really name anything. Orange, lemon, lime, tangerine, grapefruit. But then while this one had like pineapple and a little bit of that peach gummy ring, this is bringing more of like a soft melon. Maybe a papaya. And this has like a nice dankness to it. Maybe like a grassiness. Go back. Yeah, this is, so it's funny, when I go back and smell them, this has that bright candied citrus. And this has the same thing, but then the melon and the papaya, like the softer, creamier fruits, kind of dying it down a bit. This has a little bit of that pine with a floral herbaceousness. This is more dank with a little bit of like a grassiness. They say high aromatics on both of the labels, and I can't disagree. They both smell fucking pretty fantastic, honestly. So let's get into the Broken Hills first. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Justin. That's really nice. So the one thing I've noticed about in this one is the nose carried over in terms of what I'm getting. So a lot of citrus, some of that light kind of, stone fruit vibes like peach and mango. But what was candied in the nose, in the taste, is more of like a zesty, kind of sharp, almost bright citrus. It's definitely different. Body on this one's like medium, maybe a touch over medium body. It's fine for 7%. The mouthfeel, I was expecting it because it is a hazy IPA in the New England style to maybe be a little bit more creamy or a little bit more soft. Don't get me wrong, it is soft. This is like mild to moderately carbonated. It does have a soft, smooth, creamy kind of vibe to it. I don't know, I was expecting maybe a little bit more of an from the mouthfeel. This is really nice though. So forefront, it's zippy, zesty, ruby red, grapefruit, orange, tangerine, maybe a little bit of lemon, lime, everything that was in the nose, but not candied. As it passes through, you get like more of like a bittering peach and mango, like a peach pit, something closer to the pit of the peach or pit of the stone fruit, as opposed to, like a fleshy kind of sweet kind of stone fruit vibe. Then on the second half of the palate, I'm hit with more of a piney kind of, they say, what was it, rich pine? Whatever they said there. I will look at the end again. But it has like a kind of a resinous pine kick with a little bit of like that floral herbaceousness I was talking about in the nose. Finishes slightly dry with like a mild to moderate bitterness. Pretty well balanced. Yeah, this is good. So this again would be a very good, for me anyway, if I lived around Williamsport or maybe in PA in general. This would be a good like low, now I was going to say low cost, more of like a value, right? A value shelfy IPA where you could get it in a mix pack, or you can just get a 4-pack. I think they come in 4-pack of 16-ounce cans, and then they even come in the 19.2-ounce stovepipe. So I really enjoy this. We'll rate it after I take a sip and go over the double one, but I'm enjoying it. Okay, that would a little bit of air getting in there. Anyway, let's get into the double. Cheers. I like that better. I'll tell you right from the get-go, I like that better. This has, while this over here has a nice melange of citrus fruits that are more zesty, rindy, things of that nature, this has a deeper kind of citrus feel, but also I'm getting those melons and papayas. A little bit of pineapple. All right, so let's go body and mouthfeel, 9.2%. Yeah, body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full. Definitely can tell the difference. A little bit thicker, viscous. You expect that. The mouthfeel, this is the mouthfeel I wanted from this. It has a nice, soft, smooth kind of creaminess to it. It is so easy to drink. And here's the thing, it's 9.2%. And it doesn't drink, as far as the alcohol, any bigger than this one. So that's impressive. The taste, though. Right at the forefront, I get citrus. It's a little sweeter. I wouldn't say candied, like they say candied grapefruit. I would say more of like just a juicy citrus, like a juicy grapefruit, a juicy, like just an orange juice. That hits me right at the front of the palate, right on the tip of the tongue. Right after that, a little bit of like a sweeter peach, but then it dives right into that honeydew melon, papaya, pineapple, sweeter, fleshier, creamier kind of tropical fruits. On the back of the palate, I'm hit with that grassiness, a little bit of dank quality, but more of like a grassy green kind of feeling. I will say that this is sweeter than this beer. This is more balanced. This leans a little bit sweeter, but it's 9.2%. You can't expect it. In no way is this cloying or like over the top. But this, while this is like a 50-50 balance, this is like 60-40 in terms of the sweetness to like the bitterness. Yeah, slightly dry with a mild bitterness on this one. I prefer this all day. And as you can see me just taking sips, it's very similar. I'm not going to take another sip. I'm already ready to rate these. So my feelings on these two is if you wanted maybe like, I shouldn't say an everyday crusher, but like more of a sessionable kind of hazy IPA, this would be your go-to. This is more balanced, not as sweet. It's not as rich. I could drink more cans of this because of that. But this is, to me, the better flavored beer. You're talking 2.2% more than the base, so 9.2 to 7, and you can't really tell the difference when it comes to the the alcohol. There's maybe a little bit warming in my chest for this one, but like outside of that, you can't really tell. Both of the bodies and mouthfeels are pretty good, but this I think hits what I'm looking for a little bit more. Am I surprised I like the double IPA better than the regular IPA? No, I'm not. At the same time, these are, while they're very similar to some degree, I think this is different enough from the base that I would make it a point to buy this specifically over the base. That's kind of where I am. This is so easy to drink at 9.2%. This is delicious. This is absolutely phenomenal. This, really good. But I'm just going to be honest with you when I say I prefer the double way more. So take one more sip of the base. Pretty even overall on how much we have left, right? So we'll do the Cuvee after I rate it. So we will rate the Broken Heels first. So the Broken Heels, the base from New Trail, they're actually, what's it, the base, but the regular Hazy IPA. I'm still going to give this a pretty good score. I'm going to give it a high 4 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.1. I think this is a really good Hazy IPA. So 4.1 out of 5. This, however, is much more my wheelhouse. And I'm going to give the double, as I just spill it out of here because, I clearly didn't pour it all. And I got to get my thumbnail. I'm going to give this a low 4.5. I'm going to go 4.45. Why? Because I think it's that much better than Hazy, than Broken Heels. I like double Broken Heels more. I just do. I think it's a better beer. So I just got to be honest with that, and I always am. And I will say this, if you live in PA and you can get your hands on New Trail and both of these are, on your shelf or whatever, double broken all day long. If you want something a little bit more sessionable from an ABV standpoint, this has really nice flavors, but the double is where it's at. This is, no matter who, you could put this beverage into any can, whether it's hyped or non-hyped, and I'd still give this a very high score just because it's fucking delicious. That's how you roll. Anyway, we'll give it a pour here into this glass, and then we'll go right back to the base as we do the Cuvee, right? We're doing a Cuvee. I'm not left-handed. I don't want to fucking duff this. I mean, I already duff everything on my channel as is. So, all right, do a little bit of a mixture like that. We'll put this over here, and we'll give this a quick little swirl here. Spill a little bit outside because as you do. Now, that took on, I think, a little bit more of the double. Turned in that more, honey orange color. About a finger of a, looks more creamy, I will say, the head than it did in, as opposed to each on their own. Very creamy, off-white head. Yeah, looks nice. Looks like both beers combined, but maybe a little bit to the double side. Oh, that's actually interesting. So I think it's taken on like a 60-40 mix here. I'm getting that bright citrus from this one more so than that. But then I'm getting a little bit of that honeydew and the papaya and the pineapple. It has like a piney kind of like dank quality. Yeah, let's go back and cleanse the palate with my coldest water bottle that makes noise. Ready? And we'll get into it. So cheers, everyone. Yeah, that's nice. I like it better than that, but not as much as the double. One more sip. Yeah, so body's like probably like right in between the two. If this was like higher side of medium, lower side of full, and this was just a touch over medium, it's right in between like medium and higher side of medium, right in that realm. The mouthfeel, it's creamy, has a nice softness to it, mild to moderate carbonation, so it's a little bit more to the double broken heel side of things. And the taste, it's just a lot of that citrus, but you're getting sweet, you're getting zesty, it's running the gamut of all the different citrus qualities, right? But then I think it takes on more of the double broken heels where it has that creamy kind of fleshy papaya and honeydew melon, a little bit of like a crushed pineapple, sweeter pineapple. Finish has a pine dank kind of quality. This is, I'll say, almost approaching like a moderate, like kind of dry finish. This is mild to moderately bitter. Yeah, so if I gave that a 4.1, I give that a 4.45. I'd give the Cuvee, honestly, like a 4.25. I think it's right in between the two. Yeah, really good. So yeah, I'm really happy I finally got a chance to try some new Trail stuff, and I got to especially try these two beers because I know when you check on Untappd, these are the two highest as far as like sheer volume goes in terms of check-ins. This is by far their #1 beer, and then this is #2. So to be able to kind of compare them, drink them, I'm really happy I did it. Price and availability, I believe, now I don't know like what these are, like individual 4-packs or 19.2 ounce stovepipe cans. All I know is that Justin bought these in a variety pack where it came with, I think, 3 of these, 3 of their, it was like a rotating offer, and it was like their, what the fuck was it? It was a West Coast IPA, and then 3 of something else. But all I know is that variety pack was $22 for a 12 pack of 12-ounce cans. So you're talking less than $2 a can, basically, for these. Now, if they came in 4-packs, I would imagine this is probably in the 12 to 14 range. This is probably like 14, 16 range. I know a very good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber, Paul over at PA Brew News. I know he's been buying the 19.2-ounce stovepipe cans of the double broken heels, and I think he said he bought like 4 of them for like $11. If that's the case, that's a fucking absurdly great deal for something that this is really good. As far as double IPAs go, this is delicious. So, yeah, I'm really happy I've been able to try it. Availability, as far as I know, they're PA only, maybe neighboring, maybe like into New Jersey, maybe a little bit into New York. Here in Western New York, we have never seen any new Trail stuff, but I'm really happy. I'm really happy I did this. I really am. So huge thanks to Justin for all the beers he sent. Or he didn't send them. He actually gave them to me in person. But thanks to Justin for all the beers he gave me. I got more new Trail. I got that aforementioned West Coast IPA. I have a bunch of darker beers and barrel-aged beers from them. So definitely going to be drinking some more new Trail over the next couple months. But I'm glad I did this side by side because it was a real fun one. So once again, 4.1 out of 5. 4.45 out of 5 and a 4.25 out of 5 for the Cuvee. I'm already starting to fucking feel it. I don't do a lot of comparisons anymore because I really shouldn't be drinking, really high ABV beers, but these aren't 12-ounce cans, so I figured, we're fine. Anyway, if you've had either of these beers before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about either of these. Did you do a comparison like this? Which one do you prefer? It's the double broken heels all day, every day. For Joe. Anyway, thanks to Justin. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. And oh yeah, the Cuvee. I didn't talk about the ABV kind of drinks like both of them. That's the impressive thing. 7 and 9.2, like they hide the alcohol extremely well. And I think from almost a 10% beer, that is one of the better beers in terms of like hiding the alcohol I've had in a hot minute. So anyway, to the next one. Cheers.